heard the old proverb, when life gives you loads and loads of limes and strawberries, make wine. So that's what we're going to do. This entire amount in front of you cost less than £10. And these are 800 grams. So these are nearly a kilogram of strawberries each. I mean, as in each packet, they're 800 grams each. And this is, no idea, because they've put the stickers over the useful bits. So we are going to start hulling all of the strawberries, and we're not obviously going to use all of those limes. That would be very, very acidic. And most of my wine tends to be like that, literally just siphoning it and you're buzzing for a few hours. So we're gonna play it by taste. We're gonna see what it tastes like and go from there. So we need to prepare everything and we'll go from there.
And if you did have all those limes, it would make you go. We all know that feeling.
So the easiest way to hull a strawberry is using a straw. You push it up and out comes the bit, net down a bit, down a bit so I can't see, that's it. And the entire bit comes out and you're done. It's pretty cool, pretty simple. It's like one of those life hacks that actually work. You so often see them online and you're like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. But that one actually does. It actually looks more like the tomato sauce I make. Actually, it's thicker than that, but my tomato sauce always comes out thin. Right, now I need to get this in the demijohn without getting it absolutely everywhere. That is half of the strawberries. That wasn't quite all of them. My wife is actually going to make some jam, which may be a video in the future, I'm not sure. And we've decided not to use the limes because we couldn't be bothered, basically. Now I'm going to add a kilogram of just normal granulated sugar. You can use, obviously, brewer's sugar. I can't be bothered. So I'm going to add a kilogram of sugar and 1 litre of boiling water, and I'm going to mix that all up, and it should then just be cold enough to add, well, warm enough to add the yeast and stuff, but I'll get back to you in a sec. Okay, the sugar is in and so is the water, and it was boiling hot water, and normally it's okay, but obviously because it was fruits there was solid matter in it and it has stayed quite hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave adding the yeast in for a minute because it does feel a little bit too warm. But I'll be adding the yeast and the nutrients and then we're pretty much done. Okay, first I'm going to add a teaspoon of nutrient, which often helps. Oh, well, it does help when I get it in. I often just spill it everywhere. Oh wow, did that. Right. Now I always use high alcohol yeast for no particular reason. And so far, well, I'm about to jinx it now, but I've had no problems at all. Every batch has come out extremely alcoholic, but extremely nice. Well, depends actually. The orange one tastes a bit like the paint stripper. But it depends what you like, doesn't it? Okay, now I need to mix it all around. And normally I'd just swirl it around, but I don't think that's going to be good enough because this is such a solid matter. The only problem is I've chucked my mixer in the sink and I cannot be bothered to wash it up. So let's see how we get on. Oh, that's not too bad. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mix them or swirl them around, I'm not sure which, every day. Because there is so much solid matter in here, CO2 can get trapped and various other things, so I just want to keep it mixing. And I'll do that for the next few days, well, until I stop. For me, it's always just a play it by ear kind of thing. Okay, so now it is wine stabilization time, and I'm using this stabilizer. It's from Wilco's as well. What is in this one? It's sodium metabisulfate and potassium sorbate. Can we zoom that in? Come on, come on. Apparently not. Read me. This says it wants you to do 4 grams, which is 1 flat teaspoon for every gallon. These obviously aren't quite a gallon, so we are going to use about half a teaspoon in each. Now you're supposed to. This stuff always stinks, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't advise doing that. The way you're supposed to add stabilizers is take out a glass full of your wine, mix the stabilizer into it until it's completely dissolved, and then put it back in with the wine. I've never done that. I'm not going to waste my time. I literally just put it in and mix it up. And that's about all I'm going to use. Is that enough? Is that too much, I mean? About this much. In fact, that's a little bit too much for this amount. There you go. Right, now all I'm just going to do is swirl them around. This will also help with degassing as well. But I'm just going to try and make sure every bit of it is mixed in. Now, as you'll obviously see, all the sediment is now in it, so you can see a complete difference in colour. Next one. Oops, a bit too over the top then. There we go. I'm going to leave them for 24 hours and then I will add findings to them. Okay, our strawberry is finally done. I had to use 2 lots of finings, unfortunately, but sometimes, for some reason, I do. I'm not sure if it's temperature related or what. You know, I even used the very good finings that I know work every time, and they did not help drop. Well, it dropped some stuff out, but it was still really cloudy. In fact, it was that kind of cloudy. And so I'm going to have to siphon that out and then, you know, refinings that. But anyway, the next thing I need to do is bottle that up, which I'll do off camera because I think I've done it many times on camera. And I'm really excited about this one because when I had to siphon it off the other day, it tasted fabulous. Even though it was cloudy and, you know, not as crystal clear as this, it tasted amazing. It was just like, almost like a strawberry liqueur. However, because of it being brand new wine, there was a very alcohol taste which will dissipate over time, but you could definitely taste it was very full of strawberries, very full of really nice flavours. So hopefully this is going to be one of my favourite wines, but they don't last long anyway. You know, I do like my alcohol. Okay, I've just bottled up the strawberry wine, and to be honest, it's fantastic. It genuinely is beautiful. Even though it's new, like a baby wine, the amount of the strawberry flavour that comes through is just mind-blowing. I've done pineapple wine, strawberry, orange, apple, tropical, and then I've done loads of wines where I've just chucked loads of stuff in and seen what happens. I've had some really good results. You know, like tropical, you could still taste the tropical, nowhere near as strong as this wine. Now, that is the yield I've got from the Demijohn, full Demijohn, and I thoroughly underestimated it, although I knew that I'd made 2 lots that I decanted into 1, etc, etc. Didn't take that into consideration, so I'd only got 4 bottles ready, so I had to quickly go and get a 5th bottle ready, and then that wouldn't have quite filled a bottle, so that's just in a big glass, which I'll have to try in a minute. But it's fantastic. After some of my other videos, I get messages from people saying, is it really worth it? You know, a bottle of wine's only £5 or whatever. And yeah, it definitely is. Number one, you save loads of money. All of that cost me, I think it was £1 a punnet. This cost me more than the majority of the wines, but normally I could make, the other day I made 12 demijohns of wine. Not greatest wine in the world. It will age nicely and it'll be nice in 6 months' time, but it literally cost me about 17 quid. That's £17. So £17, that's 4 bottles per demijohn. You know, you work it out, it's very cheap wine that's tolerable. Sometimes you make it, like I've made it out of orange, and let's just say it was the strongest wine I've ever had. It genuinely was. I opened a bottle in my living room and all the wallpaper in the house just peeled. You know, kids were drunk, the wife was drunk, we had to call the paramedics. No, that's all rubbish obviously. But yeah, no, it was super duper powerful, but it tasted like drain cleaner or, you know, methylated spirits, something like that. It was just pure alcohol flavour and no nice orange flavour, do you know what I mean? So that kind of thing is not worth it, you know, if you're going to make it out of cheap stuff. It's still alcoholic. If you want to just get pissed and don't care about the flavour, go right ahead. Orange juice is cheap, yeast is cheap, a bit of time, and you've got yourself some really strong alcohol. But doing it like with the fresh fruits and the fresh berries and the fresh this and that, it just makes such a difference. And the strawberry so far is my favourite, and I've probably made 40 demijohns worth of alcohol since my first ever alcohol, which I didn't record, I don't believe. But I recorded the Perry wine one, which was the first ever one I'd recorded online and put online, and I made so many mistakes in this, in that one. But in this one, for example, I didn't degas it, purely because I was being lazy. Now, sometimes what I do if I don't degas a wine, because it's only for us at the house, it doesn't go anywhere. Some of the wines I do give to friends and family for Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. This one will be going nowhere, and what I tend to do is, when we're ready to drink it, I will actually degas it then. I've got a little method that I use, which I might show you guys, but it tends to be hundreds of times more effective than if I do it before it's been bottled. But I'm not going to go into all of that right now. But let me just try it on camera, just so you can see that I'm not going to cry and go, oh, it's disgusting. Do you know what? You still get that. God bloody hell. It's actually like drinking spirit, like a spirit. You get that hot down you. When it's like this, when it's brand new, when it's a baby wine like that, I'd advise having like half and half with lemonade, because then it gets rid of that super alcohol sort of thing. But it's fabulous tasting. It really is nice. Dangerously nice, you know, when you get that alcohol that you can drink and it's like, oh, this is just like soft drinks, and then you wake up in the morning and you're asleep in a ditch somewhere. It's got that kind of effect, you know, so I've got to be really careful with this one, and, you know, we'll portion it out over the week kind of thing. But no, it's a really good wine. The alcohol, the strong alcohol taste of it now, which is because it's brand new, literally does dissipate over time. So if you just give it a couple of months, maybe let's say 3 months, it will still taste of alcohol, but it will be nowhere near as bad, like nowhere near as strong. But after the three months, you won't need any lemonade. You don't really need lemonade now. It's just, it would make it a bit more palatable, if you get my drift. Anyway, that's that done. I really enjoyed this one. I really do enjoy making a good wine, and, you know, when it comes to the end of a long project like this over many weeks and possibly even months. Can't even remember when I started, to be honest. But when it comes to the end of it, it's such a nice feeling of accomplishment, and especially when it's food or drink, it's something for in the house and something that we've saved money on by making it and not having to go out and buy it, you know, so there's that accomplishment. So I'm really glad it's come to an end, but I'm really glad that it's ended well, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.